Good morning, everyone. This is Bill Keegan, Town Manager in Foxboro, with your latest COVID-19 update. Wanted to just tell everybody that we had some good news this morning. Our new town report, the 2019 edition of the Foxboro Town Report, has just come in this morning. So we want to make sure that folks have an opportunity to see that. That will be coming in and available for town meeting on Monday night. The town meeting warrant has been printed, and that will be available. We'll have copies available for town meeting at the night of the meeting as well. So I wanted to make sure that everybody is aware that those documents have been finalized. So we are prepared to get ready for that meeting, and hopefully you'll be able to join us that evening at the high school starting at 7:30. We will be putting appropriate COVID-19 measures in place to make sure that we have provide safe distancing for folks so they can attend safely, and taking appropriate measures. And the town clerk and the moderator have worked on those details, and and as they announced the other night, the appropriate measures will be in place for the meeting that evening. So hopefully they'll be able to join us. So let's get right to the numbers this morning. Total number of positive cases in Foxboro as of March 15th was 119. So that means since March 15th, we've had only a total of 119 cases in Foxboro. We've had 94 people recover. Total of 8 people are currently positive in Foxboro, and they're considered active at this point. 16 people were lost in the follow-up phase. Total of 1,028 people, 1,028 people have tested negative. So again, excuse me, that is considered to be that's the latest number, which is all good news in terms of the amount of people that continuously are getting tested, and the results have come back negative. So that's good news. 2 people remain hospitalized at this point in time, and 1 person has died. And 12 people have tested positive with the antibodies. That's up 1 from yesterday. So good to see that that's in place as well. On a statewide level, the total number of cases is 104,156. I'll get into that in just a second. The Norfolk County basis, there's 8,774, 873. Those numbers have not really changed all that much in the past few days. So we're starting to really see things level off in terms of impact. Statewide level, 17,200 in total beds are available for COVID-19 patients. 1,260 beds are being used currently for patients, which is down. Is also down. That number's down from yesterday as well. 296 people are in the ICU. That number's down below 300 for the first time I've seen in a while. So that's also good news to see that trend in the right direction. Now, I did hear this morning that other areas of the country, for instance, Texas, Florida, and Arizona, are all seeing things tick up a little bit. They've reopened, and so they're looking further into that to see what's actually causing that, or if it's just a case of more people being tested, and as a result, seeing the results come out. Though there is some indication that there is a second level of consideration in those a surge in that area. So we'll have to pay close attention to that. We continuously, at this point, are seeing a trend in the right direction. And so I think we may, because I think I think what it appears to be is that Texas, Florida, and Arizona were actually a little more lenient in terms of their process and in the strict adherence to the close downs than other places. So as a result, they may have had more people get sick later in the process than where we have experienced it here in the Northeast. So we're glad to see that the steps are being taken to actually reopen here. But obviously, I think folks here are actually have taken really good steps to keep themselves healthy and to protect themselves better here than probably in any parts of the country. So we also want to advise people that we have applied for about $1 million in CARES Act money, and so we're waiting to get word on that, and hoping to hear back from that relatively soon. We've gotten preliminary approval from the state to spend against that money if necessary to cover the expenses associated with COVID-19. That's in addition to the FEMA money, that's the Federal Emergency Management Association Federal Emergency Management Agency that provides funding primarily for police and fire agencies, but we've also have the CARES Act money, which also addresses other departments in terms of reimbursement for activities that continue, including schools and public works and town halls, etc., throughout the various cities and towns in Massachusetts. So we'll continue to keep an close eye on that and see if we in fact we will get that money, hopefully sooner rather than later, and that way we can pass on that good news to you as soon as we have it. So let's take a look at what the state website is saying in terms of numbers this morning. 267 new cases were reported yesterday for a total of 104,156. Newly reported deaths yesterday were 46. Total deaths in the state about 7,454. New patients that were tested for molecular tests was 10,000 as of yesterday, 10,034, for a total of 668,092 statewide. New patients tested by the antibody test was 896, and that's for a total of 53,040 on the statewide level. So they actually the number of newly reported cases and total cases is actually broken down further. Just let me state for the record too that the measures for the 6 measures being looked at remain in half green and half yellow. No red indicators this morning as we look at them. Excuse me. Newly reported and confirmed cases so these are confirmed cases was 203. Total confirmed cases in the state is 100,158. And then the probable cases, so we have that's broken down for the 104,000 total is broken down to the confirmed versus probable. The newly reported cases is 64. Probable new cases is 64, and the total probable cases is 3,998. So those are cases that have not been totally confirmed yet. And so right now there is. If we take a look at the trends, the trends all continue to be looking in the right direction. The average 7-day weighted average of positive molecular tests is down is 86% in terms of positive test results. So that's down 86%. That's good. 3-day average of number of COVID-19 patients in the hospital, that's down 61%. Another good indicator. And number of hospitals using surge capacity is down 81% as well. Our 3-day average of COVID deaths is down 78%, so that's also trending in the right direction, and good to see that happening on a statewide level. Let's take a look at just a couple other indicators. So the total number of cases hospitalized is 1,345, and that's down 52 from the previous day. It says the number of cases currently in ICU is down 319, and that's down 4 since the day before, or down 7 rather since the day before. And the number of cases currently intubated is 200, and that's down a couple since 7 since yesterday as well. So looking again in a good direction for both. And let me see. I think the average number of the average age of COVID-19 cases is 52. That's that average has not changed. The total average age of cases reported as hospitalized 68, and average age is 82 for deaths associated with COVID-19. So those are just some of the highlighted versions of the dashboard that comes in from the state. So those are the latest indicators in where we are. If anybody has any questions about any of that, feel free to let me know, and I'll keep you posted on that. But just again a reminder that we'll be meeting for town meeting on Monday night at 7:30 at the high school. Anybody has any questions prior to town meeting, if they want to give me a call or speak to or send me an email, I'll be happy to try and respond to you as best I can. All right. Until then, have a great rest of the day. Looks like we're going to get some thunder showers today. May clean out some of the humidity that we've had and some of this pollen that's been really brutal the past few days. So things are turning literally green around here as we see them. hopefully that things will be a little bit more stable over the next few days, and so we can get some drier air in here to enjoy. We can enjoy over the weekend. Until then, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at around 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 or so. Between those hours, hopefully I can get in as soon as I can and get you updated as quickly as possible. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take care.